one thing we gotta remember, right? Is that our past is our present and our present is our future. They don't look for us to succeed, man. What we do now can affect us. They look for us to fail now. We gotta do better though. Let's start with the examination of our educations.
What's up, everybody? We live with another episode of For the Culture. Today's episode, we're gonna talk about our health, more mental health. We're gonna talk about depression. Tiffany.
Hey yo, I'm back.
All right. Our guest today is Miss Tiara. What's your last name?
Grant.
Grant, because it's Tiara Dominique and all that other stuff. You gotta watch people on Facebook. You gotta watch their last name.
Keep a little profile.
All right, that's cool. Now, before we, tell us a little bit about yourself, age and where you're from, your background a little bit.
I've been in Waldorf all my life. I'm 26. I have a 7-year-old son. I'm in the medical field. What else?
The medical field, what that mean? Because
like,
we got, is it a CNA? Or what? She must have heard something.
No.
I don't know. Is it
medical assistant?
Okay, all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to make sure because, we just got to clarify what medical means, right? Right?
I guess, yeah,
okay.
You're right.
All right. So with our episode being on depression, and I, commend you for being open to talk about that, because that's one of them things that our people, especially our people, because that's for one, that's like a white people thing, like, oh, I'm depressed.
Yeah, because then when you tell people about it, they like, girl, you snap out of it.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna tell you, so I did, because Tiffany was like, you gotta do some research. She be trying to keep me up on shit, but so I did do some research, and I was looking at it like, damn, it probably been a point in times where I was depressed myself, you know what I mean? Because there's so many symptoms, and then it's different for everybody. Like some men have the exact opposite symptoms that the women have. So when did you notice about your depression?
I think for me it started at a young age. It was because I was going through a lot of things happened, and then I didn't have a father figure to bond with, I guess, because you see all these girls have daddy daughter time.
For real, a lot of them, because I don't be seeing a lot of fathers doing what they supposed to do out here. So.
Well, when I was coming up, I saw it. You go to school, you see it. I had a stepfather who I love him to death, like I do, but I didn't have that bond with him where you can come and talk to him about everything. Mm-hmm. So I think it's all started at a young age, and then after I had my child, it stopped. It blew
So
up.
at a young age of what? Middle school, high school?
Yeah, middle school. Middle school was kind of started.
So now, where did that come from? Was that more it's dealing with your peers, or was it just
something happened that I won't go that deep into, but
Mm-hmm.
something happened at a young age that kind of triggered me to be in that.
All right, now, so did you know then that it was depression, or you just was like, I feel bad? Or
No, when I was acting out. So I guess that was my
attention.
Yeah, that was my depression stage when I was acting out.
Right.
But I didn't realize it until now I'm realizing if you look back and you're like, oh damn, what was she going through?
So now, was that something that you as you was the middle school, whatever? Did you talk to anybody about that, or
middle school? No, high school I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you? Was it like a counselor? Was it your mama, your daddy?
It was a counselor.
A counselor.
Yeah.
So how did they take it to you?
All they told me was I had daddy issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not even.
Just push it to the side.
Whatever. But then after I had my son, it kind of got deeper, and anything could trigger it. Where I was in a dark spot, but I didn't want to be bothered. So it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's you go through different stages of depression. Some people cut their wrists, or some people just don't want to be talked to, or some people just want to be under somebody.
Right,
so
right.
Mine was just, I didn't want to talk to nobody.
So you just wanted to be alone. You was one of the loners as far as with depression. Right.
And so high school, my last year of high school, I'm going to tell y'all. So before I found out I was pregnant, I had wrote
So you got
my
pregnant
whole,
in high school?
Yeah, my 12th grade year.
All right.
So before that, I was I had went through something where I was really, really depressed. And I had already wrote my suicide note. Like, I was, like, at that moment. And my mom was like, T, you been sleeping around. Like, you sure you're not pregnant? So I'm like, oh. So then at that moment, I had a decision to, like, go see if I'm pregnant or just fall through what I was going to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go take the pregnancy test. And when I took the pregnancy test, it said I was pregnant. So, like, my son saved my life. You know, like,
right,
that's
cool.
how I look at it.
That's a blessing. So
Yeah.
somebody was looking.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was like,
something about to happen.
How
Yeah,
this
you had
happen?
something to live for.
All right,
Yeah.
so now, like, you say your son saved your life. Was that like more like mental, or is just like, okay, now I got somebody that can care for me? Or
Yeah, so, like, when I looked at it, I was like, so I have a choice of living, you know, and bringing this child into the world, or just not being here at all. So when I was pregnant, I was like, okay, well, I can do this. You know, somebody's gonna love me, and I'm gonna love them unconditionally. So it was like, you know, a good feeling.
Right. Now, so you say, I mean, pretty much like started like, and I'm still trying to go from the middle school to the high school stage, right? I don't want to skip over that. Was there like times where you were like, all right, well, this is nothing. Like that was just like a brief 2-3 months of my life, or 2-3 minutes, or whatever that
Well,
I was feeling bad, and now I'm feeling good again, or was it?
Yeah, so it kind of come and goes. Like, it's like, it's not like you just sitting around just depressed all your life. Like,
Something
it's like
triggered it.
it's something that I don't, and I still to this day don't know what triggers. Like,
Right.
sometimes I could just be like, well, like, okay, let me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Because I was looking up for real, right? Because bipolar
weird.
depression, you know, so because that's like, you know, that's when that thing goes up and down. I was like, maybe that's what I'd be like sometimes.
Me too.
I'd be like,
You'd be like,
you know, they say with dudes it's
0 to
different. Like
100
we show anger, like we be like mad, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, sometimes I just be mad at everything and everybody. Why is the grass growing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then it'd be one of them things. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why I said I don't, you know, I've never had to the point where, you know, trying to kill myself or anything like that. But, you know, everybody get to them points where it's like, dang, you know, is the world against me? Or, you know what I mean?
Like,
gotta
when
be
nothing but bad
friends.
stuff
And, you know,
happening, you like, am I even supposed to be here? Like, what's going on?
Right.
Yeah, it happens.
So after you had your son, like, how did it go from there?
I thought it was gonna be, you know, perfect, but there's this thing that you get once you have a kid. It's still depression too, and I got that too. So it's like, it's still to this day stuff triggers me. Like,
Right.
I could still, like, I could go through something tragic and just have a moment where I need to, like, you know, like, be alone, or it's weird. I can't, like,
So you had friends, right? Of course.
yeah.
All right.
This lovely one right here. This
What?
is one
So
I
you
can
had
always
friends?
call.
Yeah, you know, there's people that like me. There's people that like me.
This
Okay.
is one I can always call on, like,
Alright, cool.
whatever I'm dealing with.
So now, when like, did you talk to your friends? Because I could see, I mean, as men, I looked it up, and it's like 1 out of 8 women go through depression.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like 1 out of every 8 women you see has that issue. But like with men, they can't really say them numbers. They say it's, you know, it's a lot less than half, because men don't show, you know, that right there. But like, I mean, to me, it's like you see a lot of dudes out here that's angry. You know what I mean? So that's like, to me, that was like a sign
But
of the depression.
they grow up thinking that you're not supposed to have an emotion.
Right.
So, and I think that's on it too. Like,
Yeah.
they like, why are you crying? Why are you upset? Man up.
Yeah, so
I
when
think
you
that's-
talk to your friends like Tiffany or anybody else that you talk to, did anybody be like, "Oh, you ain't going through shit"? Like I done been through that too. Like, you know what? Like,
Well, yeah, some friends, and then that's when I'm like, okay, well, I know not to talk to you,
right.
but like
Right.
her, I came to Tiffany, and Tiffany was like, okay, let's pray about it. Let's
Right.
talk to God about it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what I need to hear.
cool.
It's, you know, you
Make
need
sure I
to-
call you up, Tiffany.
Most of my friends do call me to pray though. Like,
No, bro, she's
Now,
dope.
what about like relationships? Like as far as dealing with guys, and how did they take that as far as your depression?
Well, okay. I don't know. Like, the last person used it against me. Like, you know, like when you get in an argument, then they use it against you. Like, oh, okay, I know you blah blah blah, like that. So I really don't try to be too open about it, because
Right.
if you just gonna throw it back at me, it's really no point of
Right.
expressing myself about it.
Okay.
you know, some people use certain weaknesses. So I don't call it a weakness by her sharing it, but some people use, get close to people to know where to attack to hurt them, to hurt
Once they
them.
know what
And they bring it right back up when in a heated moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you like, wait, I told you that.
Yeah, to help.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
And then you start to like kind of distance yourself from people and not trust. So
Because the person you trusted done threw it in your face like
exactly.
Yeah. So, where did it start to? I would say, where was your worst point? Was it before you had your child? Was that the worst point, or did it get worse after that?
I think after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
'Cause I
because they
went
say
through-
like giving birth is like one of them things, especially with women,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a traumatic experience that it'll cause them to be depressed and be
Yeah.
down.
Because
And,
my son was born at 6 months, so I think all of that in it, plus what I was already dealing with, it was just my mind was just everywhere. So
all right. So now, when you say it got worse, did it get worse like it's to the point where because I be saying like just reading up. I did like a little 48-hour research or whatever.
okay. Okay.
So now I'm an expert.
I got
But now, so was it like to the point where you know what, like I don't want to go to work, be around people. I just I don't want to do like the normal things.
Yeah,
How
it's
was
like it hit a spot where I just didn't want to do anything. Like you just I wasn't working, so I was like in the house, just there.
Right. And at this point in time, so this was when a newborn baby, or was this your child older?
No, he was just born. Like when I had him, he was born at 27 weeks. So he was in and out the hospital. Well, he was in the hospital for 3 months in Johns Hopkins. So I live in Waldorf, going back and forth there. It was just really like a dark spot because then you don't know if your child's gonna live.
Right.
Like, so it's just a lot of stuff just going on, and plus I'm already dealing with depression prior to this. So it's like everything is just
Right. A whole bunch
everywhere.
of trips.
Yeah.
Right. So how about like as far as your I would say maybe like rehab to that? Has it gotten better or?
I don't really think I have a rehab. It's just I gotta get through it. Like I just like
How have you tried to get through it?
like I talk to people, or I just like kind of just take a few days to just
Focus.
yeah, I guess like just in your own little zone, and you just try to push through.
Right.
Or I have moments where I just don't talk to nobody. Like I'll be at work and just be like just not talking. It's weird.
So
but
you never like even went to like, I mean, Tiff cool, but you ever went to like a professional therapist?
I did, and when I went, they told me I had daddy issues, so I cut that out completely. Like
Right.
Might have just been that one person, but that kind of did it for me. I was like,
Right.
I'm coming to you, telling you my problems, and all you gonna tell me is I got daddy issues. I know I got daddy issues.
Right.
That ain't the
Tell
problem.
me something else.
That ain't the problem.
What about medications? You ever tried?
Because I don't want to be stuck on something.
Right.
Like,
And well, that's a lot of the problem, like the people with depression, not saying you or whatever. Because with what I picked up on was like all the symptoms are different, all the treatments are different. You know what I mean? There's so many different forms of depression. So like what they say might help you might not help me, and what helps both of us might not help her. You know what I mean? So it's like it's different for everybody. So. But they say like the main thing why people don't take medications is because they be telling you like, well, you take this, it might make you want to commit suicide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, I ain't about to take something. You know what I mean? Just because I'm a little sad, it's gonna have you ready to kill me. So, you know what I mean? So I can understand where a lot of people get to the point where, look, I'm not gonna take no medicine to try to help this.
Yeah. Because then you don't want to get addicted either. Because then you're gonna have to feel like you depending on this medicine for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, but then again, there are like points where people do take the medication and it helps them. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, I'm addicted to this medication and I need it for the rest of my life, but I'm a happy person now. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
one of my
good.
coworkers actually, she told me about
Depression.
She actually had it. And she told me, she was like, now I don't care. She be like, I don't like. She don't give a fuck no more. Like she's not sad. Like but. Some of that medicine is like as strong as like heroin. They compare it to like heroin and stuff. You don't want to be having no medication prescribed by a doctor.
Where you from? You say heroin. It's heroin.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. The heroin.
What is it? Is it the same thing? Right?
No, it might be two different drugs. I don't know.
You said where you
I ain't never seen heroin before. I seen heroin.
Whatever. But it's the same. You know what I'm trying to say. Don't do me like that on live.
I was just making sure that we was having the same conversation.
Did y'all know what I was saying? Do y'all know what I meant? But yeah, so like you don't want no medication that's making you feel like you on like outside drugs.
Yeah, well, I mean that's true. I just was like stating the fact because I know a lot of people look at it like that as far as the medication. That's why they don't do it. And then a lot of people look at it. Now, was your therapist, was that a male or a female?
A female.
A female. Now, did you choose your therapist or you just said, let me sign up?
I just like made an appointment and she was who I was saying.
Right. And because, that's again, I'm an expert with 48 hours of research.
Got you.
All right? But, I was like, okay, you got to find a therapist because sometimes like your best friend could be a better therapist than somebody that you're paying, thousands of dollars to. Because you feel like they know you more, you know what I mean? They can really understand you. Or maybe they've gone through, that what they've gone through, and it's like, all right, it's similar situations. So it's a lot of people, like, that's why they say, well, in my research, they say that it's better to pick your therapist, you know what I mean? To make sure that you are talking to somebody that you feel comfortable with. And most women feel comfortable talking to another woman. And then they even say men feel comfortable talking to women too because, women, spill their emotions and, things like that.
They
do.
I
mean, to me, I would be like, nah, I ain't about to tell a woman that, I'm depressed. I'd rather talk to a man and be like, hey,
really?
Yeah, all day. Like,
but the women understand. The men are more like, like they tell you don't express your feelings like that.
I mean, but you know what? I mean, I could see that to an extent where you get like a man who you be like, man, you know what? As a woman, I could see he don't feel me. No. But as a man, I would probably feel more comfortable talking to another man about what I got going because he done, just like a woman has been through, the same issues. It's like, all right, well, man probably done been through the same things that I've been through, so it would probably be easier. But they say, everybody likes talking to women as a therapist, you know what I mean? So, I mean, to each his own, you know what I mean? Now, as far as like drinking and drugging and all of that, did that like...
No drugs, but drinking I was.
Yeah. So, now, did that help or...
No.
Nah, right. Because they say drinking like makes it 10 times worse, right? Like, it made it worse.
Right. Like, I had a moment where like it was like a 2-year streak when I was like hanging out with my cousin and her best friends and stuff, and I was drinking like morning, like as soon as you wake up to late at night, like I was like pill all day long, like it wasn't the best, but I was cool because I was like you wasn't thinking about all the stuff you going through.
So you wouldn't get all drunk and be like, oh, I'm just so sad, crazy, kill myself. Nah, I wasn't like it.
When I was drunk, mine is more like I'm already goofy to begin with, like, but when you add some liquor to it, I'm like loose, like it's like I'm everywhere, like, so it was like a happy place, and then I was like, I gotta stop, like. I mean, it's cool. It feels good because I'm not thinking about what I'm going through, but I gotta chill out. Like, just drinking morning and tonight, like, that's not cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could probably kill you quicker than a lot of medications.
Right.
Yeah. Especially some hard liquor, you know what I mean? And most females I know, they don't just drink beer. They want to drink, man, look, give me some Hennessy. Give me some gin straight. I don't even want no ice. Make it hot.
I don't know what females you hanging with.
Them rough ones from down Newburgh.
Oh.
My bad thing. Nah, but I just did some research on and everything was saying, as far as a lot of people try to drink the pain away, try to drink the sorrows and say, oh, you know what, man, I'm a drink and then I won't feel this. It's just, that's like anything, you know what I mean? A lot of people try to drink things away, and then in the morning you got the same problems and you got a headache. You know what I mean? Especially if you're drinking the cheap shit. Yeah, you got a headache and everything else. So,
that's true.
So as far as like with you right now and the level of it, what would you say is at?
I'm good right now. Like, I'm good. Like,
now, everything. Is that just today or is that just?
No, like, okay, for the last couple months, maybe a year. Like, I hit a whole little I don't know what to call it, but I was
Rough
down
patch.
low, real low. That's when I came to Tiffany. But like ever since that, I kind of like pushed through, and right now I'm straight. Like I'm good. Like everything in my life is going how it's supposed to go. So it's like, I'm mellow. Like okay, I smile all day. I'm goofy. I'm laughing because I'm good.
All right.
Well, back then I was.
Yeah, okay.
What?
So what, you wasn't talking to Tiffany? Do you have anybody else besides Tiffany you talk to?
I mean, my mom. Like I don't really go to a lot of my people like my age. Like I don't really talk to them. I don't really got friends. It's not like really like.
I don't know a female that got friends. Damn, y'all just need to hook up with each other and
be
make that shit work.
Right. It's drama. It's nothing but drama. Like I don't got time for all that.
Yeah.
But other than Tiffany, like I come to Tiffany whenever I'm going through something or I want to hang out with her. Like she's my go-to person.
And we don't talk every day or nothing like that, but it's all love when we do talk to each other.
That's how it is with like most of my guy friends. Like we might not talk every day, you know what I mean? But when we do talk, it's just like we talked yesterday, or just like we was just, it ain't like all, and we say the same things all the time, you know what I mean? We just keep it 100 with each other. So that's always good to have that good friendship. And I always, like I think the main thing, a lot of us are depressed, you know what I mean? Inside, and some, especially men, where we don't show it as much. But it's like if you have something, it ain't gotta be 10 people, it ain't gotta be 100 people. And a lot of people think you gotta have so many friends. You don't really gotta have, you just gotta have the right people around you. You know what I mean? All right, well look, let me go ahead and shut the live down. Y'all want some more information, y'all know how to get it.
So now this is just gonna be, he got off the live, so now it's just gonna be still recording.
Okay.
I got the squeaky one.
Oh, you got the squeaky one? Let me try to charge this up too.
Okay, where's the charger?
Let me switch that since we got it. Y'all still on here?
Yeah, no, we off of the air. Now we just recording. And all this will be cut off.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can breathe.
I thought it was.
Oh, it's not gonna.
It's not. It is.
Oh.
I just want to charge this up so we can get ready for the next one.
We get a pencil, we mark this. This is the squeaky one. Huh? This is the squeaky one. The squeaky one? Yeah. No, the squeaky one on the other side. No, that's, trust me, I'm just saying.
And I wanna like bring my phone away because I had a lot of stuff on my phone that I was like.
All right, we got some more.
Who's
folks
this?
coming up.
Oh, Jessica.
Oh, that's What's up, Don?
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you?
All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna get back into it now. Let me see, because I want to make sure that I'm on the right page here. All right, so now when you say
your research.
yeah, I had to go because I wanted to do this early. I wanted to go look at my research, but you know what I mean, because they was it was like 5% of the whole world and all this stuff. So I was like, damn. So when I did like a whole little thing where I watched like this 2-hour segment, I felt like it was a seminar.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, for real, like they was.
I told him, I said, you do your research.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was preaching on depression or whatever. But and then you realize like so many people that really go through it. You know what I mean? And again, it's like to me, I believe that like what we really have to have is like friendships with people. People that we feel comfortable talking to. And people that show love, you know what I mean? And it's not like, somebody that's gonna use it against you,
right,
or go back and be like, man, you know what she told me? She said she ready to kill herself the other day, man. She ready to kill herself because the nigga left her.
That's another thing too that I do want to talk about, because recently something popped up where it was put out there, like, about my depression. And I just feel like nobody should crack jokes or like, because you don't know what a person is going through.
Right.
And how is that going to trigger another person that's dealing with depression to come and then hear, oh, she was going to kill herself, or she just so depressed. Like that girl, like, like that, it's not something you're supposed to do. Like,
right. Well, that's like that's why it's like a good strength to talk, because a lot of people are afraid to talk about it, especially men. Like us men, like we act like, we too tough to talk about anything.
Yeah.
But in reality, in fact, they was talking about, football is considered one of like the hardest sports out there besides boxing or whatever. And they was talking about a football player who had went through depression. He would win a Super Bowl, and then he would just, you know, feel like, damn, you know, he get back and he just drank himself away because of depression. He felt like, damn, I got to do it all over again. You know what I mean? Like, that's the height of your life right there, you know, winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the most, like, men, especially us growing up, we played football. It's like, I want to win a Super Bowl. We, you know, catch the Super Bowl catch in our backyard all the time. So it's like, damn, you win a Super Bowl and you still depressed. So it's like one of those things where I say, you can have so much going on in your life, but if you don't have the right people around you, the right positive people around you to talk to communicate with, man, everything gonna feel like it's always going downhill. Like you could be doing great.
Like
you know what I mean? I mean, it's like even in life, like, you know, you could be, you know, selling $1 million worth of products, and then you feel like, well, I gotta sell 1 million in 2. You know what I mean? I gotta, you know, do this and I gotta do that, and then somebody else might be like, damn, you know what, you're doing good, and it might cheer you up just that much, just to have that person showing you, you know, that compassion. So I think that's what it mainly is, especially with our people, because we have so much hate that's built up in us. You know what I mean? That it's like, all right, well, you know what? We gotta, you know, it's and with females, it's always like a competition thing.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I have no friends. Like, I just want to myself because it's always something.
And
what you wearing tonight? Okay, let me out there. Like, you know,
and I don't do that with my friends. I don't, you know, the people that were my friends that I went through that, they not my friends no more, because you eventually start seeing the hate, like, you know, and you be like, I don't compete with my friends. I'm sorry. I don't feel like it's a competition.
Yeah. And then you slowly see it, and you like, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
so
I mean,
I'm to myself.
I believe that's. I mean, with dudes, I don't know if it's shown more like competition. I don't know, because I've never been like a real competitive person like that. But maybe it is. But I know with females, you hear that more. That it's like, all right, it's so competitive. You know what I mean? Like where. If you think you got it made, now I'm gonna dislike you because hold up, or you think you cute now, or you think you got money now, or you think you know you got the guy now, or you got the car. How you know you think you good because you got this, or, you know? And now it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna dislike you, and now I'm gonna use that because you said you was depressed.
And they throw it out there, or they go and tell the next person who run their mouth and tell the next
who don't
person.
like you.
Right. So when it's the depression, like, and I'm not saying nothing about shape, size, nothing, but like, did it have anything to do with weight? Because I noticed a lot of females, like they could be 106 pounds and gain 1 pound and be like, oh man, I'm so like, and I'm not saying like I'm just, you know.
I guess you could say that. Like growing up, you know, like all my cousins was, you know, like this. Yeah. And I'm walking around, you know, filled up. And you know, like.
Yeah, I mean.
That's the truth. Like, you know, and people pick on you, like.
Right. We got bigger, you know, thicker bones. That's what they say. Thicker bones, everybody say the bones still the same size, everybody bones. That's a lie, man. Ain't no way. But yeah, so I mean, I just noticed like women with weight, it's like an image thing. Yeah. Or you know what, I got a bump on my face. And with dudes, like I'm gonna tell y'all, like about 2 weeks ago, shout out to P, Signature Barbershops. I get him cut my hair. But about 2 weeks ago, I went in that joint. That joint was so packed. I said, oh nah, I got my own. I bought clippers for $100 and some. I ain't buy these clippers for nothing. So I said, yep. I said, oh man, damn, I messed my whole shape up. You know what I did? I just balled my head off. I ain't even care. It was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna do. Make sure it's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I say I think most guys go through that same now. At my age, I should say, this new generation that we got coming up, because I'm starting to see a lot of people with proms and all of that coming up, and I'm starting to see a lot of young men that are prettier than the damn girls. Oh my gosh! I ain't lying. I'm like, man, what is going on here? Like, we doing too much for real for these boys than what we even attempt to do for the ladies. Like, come on, man. Dudes in the bathroom. I seen dudes wearing suits that got flowers and earrings and jewelry.
They trying to find themselves, brother. Like, you found yourself. So when you find yourself, that's what I was about to say to her. She didn't know who she was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you find out who you are and what you're becoming, some people are afraid of that. Yeah. Because it's the next spot in your life. You know what I mean? But another topic.
But that was for real though.
That is.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Just me.
Be comfortable who you are, but that's just what it is.
You definitely gotta be comfortable with yourself. And that probably will solve a lot of the depression issues right there because you won't be worried about what somebody else thinks about.
Yeah, it's like he said, like self-worth. Like it was a time where like I was dating guys where like they will always be cheating on me. So my mind is like, well, what's up? Like, am I not good enough to just, for you to just be with me? Why you gotta have somebody else? Why you?
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with
But
you.
you don't you don't know that because you just thinking off of like.
But you gotta take time to understand a man's character. When you don't take time to understand a man's character, those are those discussions that women don't have.
Yeah.
And then later on down the road, you pregnant and the nigga don't want you no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's y'all conversation. I mean, I'm sorry.
You right.
They're like, grab a chair.
Nah, but that's real though. Like you get a lot of women who really don't know themselves, and then they get a guy, and then boom, the guy for real didn't even want you, but for nothing that was between your legs anyway. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know.
But then we just so used to just like taking it in, like okay, like like the first. All right, okay, they sweet talk you, they get you with, they get what they want, and then they like, oh, okay, well,
I got it.
I got it.
Right.
But you so, like, your head's so gone off of what they telling you to begin with that you don't even see the red flags.
Now, as far as your child, so how do you go about like dealing with it around your child? Because I mean, I know you say maybe these past year or two you've been up.
Yeah.
But like before that, how did you?
And I probably wasn't the best because like when you're going through something, you just don't want to be bothered at all with anybody. So it's like sometimes I kind of like, and it's wrong, but like I'm like, all right, DJ, go play, and you sit in your sadness trying to get through it, and I don't want you I didn't want him to be around me and feel that sadness, and then he's like, okay, well, something's wrong with mommy. So I'll just be like, go play.
Right.
Go play, baby. Go play.
Because they can feel it.
They can.
Or
like, there's sometimes where I randomly break down in front of him, like, because it's a lot going on. You can't hide it. You can't hide it. Like, you can try.
Yeah. So now, by you going through it, what I mean? Because like to me, I read up on the signs and all of that, you know what I mean, of depression. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I probably had some depressive states, you know what I mean, but I can't say that I'm not putting nobody else. I just got too much good going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But it's some people that don't.
Right.
That focus more on what's going wrong than what's going right. Like you could have everything that you possibly want in life, but it could be something that you don't have that is what making you like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Right. So when you again, I just did the little research, so I really still don't know because they say there's so many signs.
It is, and
you know
it's so
many
many
people can
stages.
be happy,
it's so easy.
right,
and
still be depressed.
Like, and those are the people that you have to like reach out to sometimes too, because the people that are overly happy, they're just goofy all the time. Those are the people that are going through something, but they don't want you to know that.
They're showing you that right there. They're showing you that they're looking for that attention.
Yeah, like they can just be like goofy all the time or laughing, joking, and it's like, okay, so it's like
I'm hurt.
Yeah. With that being said, that makes sure we gotta check on our friends, our family, our relatives. We gotta make sure we looking out for one another.
Because we put on a mask.
Yeah, and that's what they say what men do. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't care. I could care less what anybody think of me. Like, I tell all my homies, man, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, all the time. You know what I mean? And they tell me it back. You know, it ain't no, one thing one way or another.
Right.
But it's like one of them things where we just, it's like, man, we show that right there, man. Look, it's been times, and I'm talking about like maybe less than 2 months ago, where I had some mental shit going on up here where I was ready to like explode. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, man. I need somebody to talk to because this right here, talking to my wife or my kids or whatever, my mother, my sister, I need somebody that's gonna relate to me, one of my homeboys that I can talk to, that I can, relate with, and like I had a conversation with him, and it was like, dang, I'm glad I had it because I got a lot of shit off my chest where, I felt like something bad was gonna that I was gonna do something to myself, and sometimes that might not be your, you know, form of getting depression, or it might be doing something to somebody else. But I felt like that anger when I looked it up. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? That was like a form of depression, because I'm worried about what other people are thinking about me. You know what I mean? Instead of just keeping life moving. You know what I mean? Like being happy with who you are. Like you know, Charles said, like, man, you know what? Knowing yourself, finding yourself, being comfortable with yourself, self-love.
And I think that's a big role too.
Yeah, definitely. Like you gotta love yourself, right? Like you don't love yourself, who the hell else gonna love you? You know what I mean?
And that's so true. And that is how people learn how to treat you, by how they see how you treat yourself. Like,
and
you know, I went through my whole self-worth stage, so
I noticed with females, that's like a I don't know, man. It's like a thing where I see or hear a lot of females when they, you know, they say, oh, you know what? I'm too skinny, or I'm too fat, or, you know, it's always something where I'm too, you know what I mean? Like, and you know what? I even had somebody who was saying, you know, about our shirts. They was like, they wanted a bigger shirt so it didn't show this or it didn't show that. And I was like, man, you know what, man, love yourself. You know what I mean? I know girls out here that's like showing everything and they don't give a shit.
That's what I was talking about. I said that before too, because like females nowadays, like, they just they don't care really.
Right. Well,
on me, I'm like, you see my roll, like, straighten this out a little bit. But I mean, it just
You have to be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Like me, I love a bigger woman. I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Bigger, and you would never know it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well.
oh, she's small. She doesn't know. I don't even. You know.
people tell me the same thing. People tell me the same thing, and I be like, no, I need some more weight.
That's how I've been all my life. I'm like, man, like I want to get bigger. I want to get bigger. Like, yo, you the right size. I'm trying to lose weight. Like, well, give me some of that. Chop it over your arm. Let me hold that joint on top of my head or something. I'll be all right. You know what I mean? So I say I think it is one of them things where we definitely have to love ourselves. But then again, we got to show love to other people too, because other people are going through these issues.
and you don't know.
Right. And I mean, until you have the conversations, and again, like that's one thing, like the shirt says, is communicate. You know, we gotta communicate with each other. We communicate with each other, man. We'll, you know, this world will become so much better, because now I'll know what you're going through. And I'll be like, damn, well, you know what? I was going through something just like the whole depression. Because for real, to me, depression was like a white people thing. You know what I mean? Like, man, black people, what the hell we depressed for? Shit, we ain't slaves no more. Yeah, like, shit. We ain't getting hung by trees no more. I mean, they hang us in the courtroom, but we all right. You know what I mean? So I felt like, to me, it was like depression. A lot of the stuff that, you know, we always, you know, put on a different race. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, you know, I've never had to worry about depression. But just some of the stuff that I've seen my family members go through, my friends go through now, just doing the research upon it. It's like, damn, you know what? That was a sign right there. That was a sign where, man, and you know what? You never know until it's too late when somebody takes their life. And then we sitting up here and saying, damn, well, you know what? I just talked to him the other day, or, you know, I just seen her, and I, you know, I could have gave her a hug or something and tell her everything gonna be all right. And in fact, I had somebody who was, you know, everybody on social media doing crazy stuff now, but I had somebody that was on social media and they was saying something about something crazy or whatever. So I put my number out there to him, because I'm focused to the point where it's like I don't want to be that person. That's why I tell all my homies I love you. You know what I mean? Because it's like I want to show you as much love as I possibly can while I'm here. Because while I'm here, while you're here. Because now when you gone, I ain't gonna be one of the ones be like, oh, Tiffany, I miss you so much. Nah, I said everything I need to say. Yeah, like, you know, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta keep
your voice, man.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing with people, having an intelligent conversation. I was gonna piggyback on what you were talking about when you were saying talking to a woman or talking to a man. It don't matter who you talk to as long as you're getting the right message.
yeah,
Absolutely.
And if you're not getting that right message, then that's for you to say, well, I don't know, I'm gonna go over here. Everybody looking for their search and their purpose in life. Like when you said that you went to the counselor and basically told you it was about your father. Now, this is the thing. It could have been about your father, but did she ask you what else was you going through besides that, or try to find out what was really going on in your life as a young kid to make you be depressed?
No, not really.
That's the problem. So you should have kicked back with her, like, this is what I'm going through, not just this, and try to hear her out. Because maybe when certain people, you talk to certain people and they don't have it all together themselves, they shouldn't even be in that position. But it's up to them to find out who you are and what you know and what's going on with you. You know what I mean? But that's just life, man.
Yeah, that's their job, of course. That's their job to do. But then again, like you say, certain people get put in, certain situations, and they, you know what I mean? They just there. They did to collect a check. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, if you don't want me, your insurance already paid for.
And that's how some.
You know what I mean? So I'm not too much worried about whether I'm helping you or not. You know what I mean? It's more or less like, all right, hey, I did my job. You came in here, you sat down in the chair for an hour. If you don't come back next week, I'm still getting paid for it. You know what I mean? If you don't tell me nothing, I'm still getting paid for it.
And that's how.
So I mean, I see that like, okay, that's her job as well. But like, okay, if you go to a therapist, it's also your job to,
express it.
Yeah, to push that information out there so that you can kind of say, all right, well, listen, this is how I'm feeling. How can you help me? Not okay. Nah, look, I don't got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Like, all right, look.
But when you're in that moment and you're trying to express yourself to somebody, and they just just telling you, you got daddy issues. You like, but did you hear the other stuff that I'm saying? Like, okay, whatever.
Right.
But she wants you to, basically what she wants you to do is go talk to your father and then come back to her and relate to her. See, a lot of times when women got daddy issues, they don't talk to their father. You feel what I'm saying? Like you said, you didn't really talk to your father like that. I don't know if he ran off on your mother, or what it is, or what his journey or purpose was. But for father, it's different for a woman, which is a child, where you in that child's life and a female. Men raise females differently, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I watched his father raise his daughters. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about how you do it. You can't send your daughter off in the world with no common knowledge. And that's crazy. Because then you'll be searching for love in all the wrong places.
Well, that's another thing. Like as far as with females, it's kind of like, all right, well, they are searching for that male that's gonna be that father figure. That's gonna be their daddy. That's gonna do all the things that daddy did. And then when they don't find it, now I'm down that downhill slope. And it could even be.
And then they start still like having a moment where they're like searching it through a bunch of guys. Like, okay, this one ain't got it.
Right. He ain't got A, B, and C. He just got D. He got A, D. He ain't got C and D.
Become the
right.
hoe.
Right.
Because you're searching everywhere.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, this is the other thing. Like when I was looking kind of at depression, and it was more or less like, okay, there's a lot of things that can keep you on the up and up. You can have eating well and exercise. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, like, boom, the first thing they start doing is they don't eat right. So now when they don't eat right, they don't get time enough to exercise. They don't feel like exercising. You know what I mean? Then it's like, all right, the sunlight. You know what I mean? Just, that's what seasonal depression, where people are like, all right, well, look, man, during the winter times, we get a lot more people who are depressed because we got a lot less sunlight. So
rain.
Right. It makes you depressed. You know what I mean? So now, boom, no sunlight making you depressed. And then you get to the point where you get a lot of people who don't, again, like we're saying, don't find themselves. So now you don't have a passion. You're not looking for something that you're good at or something that you love to do. So if you're not looking for something that that's what I just say, like, finding yourself is almost like finding your passion. You know what I mean? Finding something that you're going to be committed to, that you're going to love to do, and then you'll put your energy into that. You know what I mean? And it could be whatever it may be. You know what I mean? It could be a talk show. It could be selling makeup. It could be, whatever it may be. Exercising, eating right, whatever it may be. Finding your passion will keep you happy. You know what I mean? And thinking positive. You know what I mean? Just keeping you on the up and up. Look, man, so we appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me.
We have a shirt for you.
Oh, thank you.
We definitely got that. We got your bottle of the Moscato, because don't nobody else drink that crazy stuff but you.
You got some food.
Yeah, so we're going to take a picture, and from there, appreciate everybody watching. All right.
If you ain't get the message by the end of that last line, then play it back and turn it up and listen one last time. This is for my niggas who depend on that fast life. Remember that the system ain't forgetting your past life.